When I started my career 20 years back, I was recruited as a M.Pharm fresher. Rather, all industries recruit freshers, or I would say anyone for their department just based on the technical grounds or technical qualification. And just because you did a law doesn't mean you would get a job in IP actually. Okay? So that's the third one. Intellectual property rights. Now everyone knows trifurcation कैसा है? Intellectual का meaning क्या है? Property का meaning क्या है? Rights का meaning क्या है? Now since we know that there are a lot of types of creativities, कोई painter है, कोई designer है, कोई scientist है, कोई writer है, like we have different types of creativity. So IP as a concept is the umbrella rights. There are multiple things, but then for research-based industries, we have something called as patents. All research-based industry, chemical हो, fertilizer हो, automobile हो, IT हो, pharmaceutical. First year B.Pharm या first year diploma. Whenever we joined, our seniors told us one thing: pharma is a research-based industry. Pharma में सबसे अच्छे jobs कहाँ पे हैं? So-called R&D में, right? तो R&D की जब बात हो रही है, that is related to patents. Now what do patents basically do? हमने ये भी सुना है product patent, process patent and all, right? What do patents exactly do? Now, in a typical business setup, patents create monopolies. Now what do you mean by that? Patents create monopolies. You get a exclusive rights. You get a exclusive right for your invention. मतलब जो आपने thesis किया है, उसके rights 20 years तक सिर्फ आपके पास रहेंगे. Now, isn't it a good thing as an inventor? Okay, why are we creating monopoly? Are monopolies good for business? Are monopolies good for consumers? Why?
They lack options.
Absolutely yes. जैसे for example, I'll give you an analogy. गोलगप्पे पसंद है सबको, पानी पूरी? Imagine a situation कि आपकी सोसाइटी में एक ही गोलगप्पे वाला है, तो you don't have an alternative. वो जो रेट भी देगा, जो टेस्ट देगा ना, जो रेट पे जो टेस्ट देगा, वहीं पे उसी पे आपको लेना पड़ेगा. Correct? But then go to a place. Anyone from Indore here? Anyone visited? Ma'am, Indore से? Ma'am, I had an opportunity to visit Sarafa Lane last week. I tell you, super amazing food. You have रात को 9 बजे से 3 बजे तक all stalls, 60-70 plus types of charts. It's like, and we were three people from Bombay went there as speakers. All of us decided, ma'am, हम लोग settle होंगे तो इंदौर में, just for the sake of food actually.
56 दुकान नहीं गई.
मैम टाइम नहीं मिला, नेक्स्ट टाइम के लिए वही सोच के गए हैं, हम लोग जाने वाले हैं. Okay, so when you have choices, consumer is happy, but the businessman, he wants monopolies, he wants exclusivity. He सिर्फ मेरी शॉप होनी चाहिए, so the consumers come to me. Why are we creating monopolies then? Through patent, we are creating monopolies. कोई इन्वेंशन जब कर रहा है, कोई नया ड्रग है या कोई नया इन्वेंशन है, तो उस टाइम पे we are creating monopolies through patents, right? Are they good for consumers? No. So why are we creating monopolies? Any answer?
For the researcher who invented, because of the money.
Because of the money involved into research. Investment, recovering the investment. I'll give you an example. अब सब लोग correlate कर पाओगे. Even faculties can correlate. कभी ऐसे हुआ है कि like you know, जैसे फर्स्ट ईयर या सेकंड ईयर में केमिस्ट्री का प्रैक्टिकल है, पूरा सेमेस्टर हम प्रैक्टिकल करते हैं, एंड में एग्जाम से पहले सब लोग को जर्नल लिखना है, राइट? नाउ पूरे बैच में एक आधा स्टूडेंट होता है जो ना डिलीजेंटली अटेंड करके टाइमली लिखता है, अच्छे से लिखता है खुद, राइट? एंड एवरीवन एल्स कॉपीज अच्छा, कभी ऐसे होता है क्या कि जिसने खुद नहीं लिखा उसके मार्क्स कम आ जाते हैं? होता है ऐसे? Now, no, this is pretty common. आप सोचिएगा, ये होता है. This is a fact. The thing is, that guy who has written his own journal gets demotivated for the next time. Am I correct? वो सोचता है यार, इतना मैंने किया, मार्क्स तो मेरे कम आए, इससे अच्छा मैं भी ना करूं. Imagine a situation, किसी दिन ऐसे हुआ, पूरी बैच ने सोचा कोई ना कोई तो लिखेगा, कॉपी कर लेंगे. वो किसी ने नहीं लिखा, सबके सब फेल हो गए फिर. This is possible? Like, think of it as an industry now, pharma industry करके. If an industry discovers a new drug which requires almost 20 to 25,000 crore rupees, very next day, जब वो product launch होता है, very next day, some Indian or some Chinese company copies it. We are very smart at copying. Schools ही आदत हो जाती है. Right, and actually throughout because our system, education system is just based on marks or grades ki. Like we were entering the institute and Janvi told us CGPA इतने कैसे मिलते हैं बच्चों को? Because we are still dependent on the CGPA mark system. इसलिए copy करके हो जाता है कभी-कभी. It's a human, मतलब natural ये है as such. Now, when you think of an industry who doesn't innovate, think of those times when pharma industry stopped doing research. Pharma industry couldn't come up with a drug for COVID-19. Entire world was under lockdown. Remember, the intent of patent system is not to create monopolies, but to compensate or to promote the innovation so that people innovate. There has to be some kind of motivation for one student जिसने खुद का जर्नल लिखा है. But then the tough part is टीचर को कैसे पता चलेगा किसने ओरिजिनल लिखा हुआ है और किसने कॉपी किया. That's why we have the exam system also, right? Now, so this is how the patent system. Patent system creates monopoly. आपके पास अगर research है, आपके पास अगर कोई invention है, तो उसके rights सिर्फ और सिर्फ आपके पास ही रहेंगे for 20 years. No one else can use that as. In the movie Three Idiots, Funsu Kwangdo had those inventions, patents. तो किसी और कोई और उसको कॉपी नहीं कर सकता without the permission. We call it licensing, IP licensing, patent licensing. Same way in the movie Dedhaka, the invention is in the name of Makaranda Naspure. No one else without his permission can use that or copy that. Now, patent, there are pretty interesting things when you work as a scientist, like for example as a student or in a corporate as well. When you work, there are multiple things that are required to be understood as such as far as the patent is concerned. This is a famous quote given by the US Supreme Court. Anything under the sun that is made by the hand of man is patentable actually. But then there is a very interesting I would say fact that every invention cannot be patented. There are certain criteria for patentability. We have studied this. Novelty, you know novelty, non-obviousness, और third क्या है? Industrial applicability or utility. Okay, what is novelty class? Anything which is new. Okay. So कोई भी invention नया है. अच्छा, आप लोगों ने जब आपका टॉपिक सिलेक्ट किया, उस टाइम पे यू डू लिटरेचर सर्वे. उस टाइम पे आप क्या करते हो? यू जस्ट चेक वेदर इट इज न्यू और नॉट, नॉवेल और नॉट. एम आई करेक्ट? तो नॉवेल, इनफैक्ट जो मेरे पास थीसिस आते हैं, जो प्रोजेक्ट्स आते हैं, मोस्ट ऑफ देम आर नॉवेल बिकॉज हम लोग 6 महीने तक तो लिटरेचर सर्वे करते हैं ना, राइट? सो वी डू इट एक्सटेंसिवली. That way the inventions are novel. Let us be honest. We get inspired by an article, we either change the drug which is available to us, we either change the excipient or the process. इसके बिना कोई है जिसने कुछ किया है? We change the instrument बोलो. So, what is non-obvious then? Which is? मैम novelty हो गया. Known to novelty हुआ. Yes. What do you mean by non-obvious? What obvious?
Not the exact same. Not the exact same.
Means what?
Exactly the same drug or the exact same process.
Novelty की बात कर रहा हूँ. Something a common man cannot come back to you. Yes, anyone? Backbenchers. Let me tell you, throughout my education, I was always a backbencher. And let me also tell you, they are the most creative ones. Because they know the creative ways to avoid the teachers. Yes, what do you mean by the word obvious? Common knowledge. Elaborate कीजिए थोड़ा सा. 10 मार्क का क्वेश्चन, 1 मार्क का नहीं. What do you mean by the word obvious?
In a very simple manner, just as it is.
Means
In
what?
a very simple manner. In Marathi it is सहज.
सहज म्हणजे ते नवीन आहे की नाही सर?
It may be.
It may be, it may not.